Well, welcome again. We begin with the question of whether in the era of President Donald Trump, you're getting the information you need to make decisions about your world. Mr. Trump has made no secret, of course, of his disdain for the news media that gather and report that information. The way the president tells it, you can't believe what you see or hear. And yesterday, things took an even more shocking turn during an event with the president. CNN's Caitlin Collins was there representing several news outlets, and she shouted questions to the president. Take a listen now to what she asked.
Did Michael Cohen betray you, Mr. President?
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Mr. President, did Michael Cohen betray you?
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Mr. President, are you worried about what Michael Cohen is going to say to prosecutors?
Thank you, Caleb. Let's keep going.
Are you worried about what is on the other tapes, Mr. President?
Thank you all. Let's keep going. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Why has Vladimir Putin not accepted your invitation?
Keep going. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Let's go. Come on, guys. Thank you very much.
We're done. We're done. Let's go. Why has Vladimir Putin not accepted your invitation, Mr. President?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, the White House responded to that incident by then telling Caitlin Collins that she could not attend a later event. So then what used to be routine, asking questions of the U.S. president, is now somehow a matter of contention. Is the message here, if you say the wrong thing to Mr. Trump, then you're toast? Well, I want to bring in our senior media correspondent, Brian Stelter, host, of course, of CNN's Reliable Sources, for more on all of this. Brian, good to see you. So,
you too.
First of all, explain Caitlin's crime here. The White House has said that her language was inappropriate, that she was shouting. Was it the content or the tone or both of what she said that so upset the White House?
They claim she was shouting and being rude, but I think the videotape proves otherwise. Caitlin was doing exactly what reporters do every day when there are photo ops with Trump.
Yeah, you mentioned there Bill Shine. This is the Deputy Chief of Staff for Communications at the White House. He was the one who told Caitlin that she wasn't then allowed to go to the later event that day. The White House has been pretty quiet about this incident all day today. However, Bill Shine was quoted saying the following a little earlier on. Take a listen.
Could you ask her if we ever use the word ban? I've seen it on lower thirds.
What word did you say, Bill? What word would you use?
When you ask her if we ever use the word ban, then I will answer that question.
You prohibited her? What's the word you would use?
You ask her, focus now. You ask her if we ever use the word ban.
Why didn't you tell us what you said? Why didn't you tell us what you said? Question on terrorists?
Brian, your thoughts on this? I mean, we've seen this tactic from the White House before, really, kind of muddling the narrative here.
Yeah, the word that was used in the meeting was disinvited. You're disinvited. Now, if I got disinvited from a party I was going to go to, I would pretty well call it a ban. She was banned from attending this Rose Garden event. But Bill Shine wants to have a debate about language rather than a debate about what actually happened, which is, it seems the president was really, really ticked off and said, get her out of the room. I don't want to see her again. It seems like Shine's trying to enforce what the president wants. And that's the bigger issue here. Not just about the questions Caitlin was asking and the punishment or retaliation that happened. The president cannot stand the fact that the press is covering his controversies, covering his scandals, trying to get to the bottom of various allegations of wrongdoing. He doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want those reporters to be in the room. This is a disrespect or a lack of understanding about the role of the press corps that we've not seen from past presidents. You know, in the past, Clinton, Bush, Obama, they might have disliked the reporters, but they accepted. They put up with the questions. Trump is different in this way.
And I know, Brian, that you've covered on Reliable Sources as well this quote really from Washington Post editor when he said, we are not at war, we're at work. And certainly a mantra for many of us journalists at the moment.
That's my single favorite quote about the press and the president. We're just at work.
Yeah, exactly. And just explain, though, for our viewers, why this matters, not just for journalists, but for everyone.
I think we're seeing more and more of a bunker mentality from the White House. This is not entirely new, but it's a situation that's getting worse and worse, where access is being restricted, where the president is avoiding questions, and where his aides are avoiding questions. You know, there's only been a few press briefings all month long. We're almost at the end of July. It's only been 3 briefings. In past presidencies, These briefings were actual weekday, daily traditions.
We want to come back to you just as we're waiting Donald Trump getting to that platform at the stage in Illinois. But in the meantime, I want to get more on the White House's move to uninvite a CNN reporter from a press event after she asked President Trump some questions. Olivier Knox is the president of the White House Correspondents Association. He joins us on the phone now. Olivier, I want to start by just reading a statement that your association issued in the aftermath of the treatment of Caitlin Collins. You said, "We strongly condemn the White House's misguided and inappropriate decision today to bar one of our members from an open press event after she asked questions. This type of retaliation is wholly inappropriate, wrong-headed and weak." Olivier, my first question to you is the use of the term weak. Was that deliberately kind of trying to sort of stoke the fires a bit and the flames of a White House which is obviously very, very proud and intent on being strong?
Thanks for having me on. It was a deliberate choice of words, and it had to do with pointing out that if you are a confident administration, if you're a strong administration, then you are above these kinds of petty retaliatory tactics.
Okay, overall then, apart from the statement, what can the press corps and the White House Correspondents Association do then to try to combat these seemingly persistent and perhaps, you could argue, increasing attacks on the First Amendment and the freedom of the press?
We had a regular, almost regular, I should say, meeting with the press secretary, Sarah Sanders, and now the new communications director, Bill Shine. These are off-the-record meetings to discourage posturing, and at those meetings we try to work out a range of logistical issues. We have a united front, but I cannot predict the future for you, unfortunately. I don't know if it's the start of something worse. I certainly hope it is not.
Yeah, we all hope it's not. And just finally, and very briefly, if you could, would you expect an apology to be forthcoming to Caitlin Collins?
I would not expect an apology to be forthcoming to Caitlin Collins.
Okay.
Apologizing is always seen as a sign of weakness in this White House, and I don't think that they think they did anything wrong.
Okay, Olivier Knox, great to talk to you. Thank you very much for coming on the programme. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Stay with us here at CNN. Quest Means Business is up next, including full coverage, of course, of President Trump's comments in Illinois.